guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a lot of stuff to discuss today, and some things that I probably take for granted that I probably shouldn't, because there are certain folks that tune into the channel a little later in the game. So before we even begin anything, I'm going to just go over which Maverick we actually have, so that some of you guys who have ordered your Mavericks, some of you guys who are new to the channel, will understand where I'm coming from, so I won't have to go back and forth over that. So let's turn the camera around and let you see what kind of Maverick we have. Okay, we have the hot pepper metallic red, and as you can see, as you move around the vehicle does also turn into what would only be considered as an orange. It changes colors based on the light that it is in. This is an XLT with the luxury pack. So what does that include? Of course, we got the standard towing package, not the higher end tow package, but the tow bar, basically the hitch. I believe that's rated for like 1,500 pounds. Don't quote me on that, look at your brochure. We have the XLT two-wheel drive EcoBoost 2-liter Maverick. So that's where we are, and we have some good news and we have some bad news concerning the Maverick. But while we are at it, we're going to go over today all of the mods that we have done thus far, so that some of you guys who are just tuning in will know exactly some of the things that I have and some of the things you may want, some of the things you may not want. So we'll start with the exterior, and then we'll kind of move into the interior, and then finish up with the engine compartment and any performance goodies that we have underneath. So to the exterior view, the first is the graphics. Now today we're going to fix those graphics, because one viewer noticed something that I did not when I transfer those graphics over, and there is something missing. Yes, the A, the triangle that is in the A, when I transfer those graphics on both sides, the triangle that's in the middle of the A did not transfer. I did notice it, one of the viewers noticed, and I thanked them for that helpful bit of eyeball express. But yeah, that happened. Next, as we get down a little bit lower, we have the Ford accessories mud flaps, which I don't know if I'm a fan of the way they look. I do like the way that they keep all of the mud and all those type things from flying up all over the place on the back and on the sides. We do get some bad weather here in the winter time. Now, as you come toward the front, we did the vinyl graphics, which is plenty dirty right now. I'm going to wash the vehicle as soon as I finish this video. But we did our own graphics. Those are hand laid, hand cut by myself. And you can watch that video if you want to know how I did it. If you don't, buy some and just transfer whatever you want. I mean, you can buy stuff. There's more stuff readily available now than there was before. Also on the front, we have the bug deflector. This is a arrow. It does not have a gap. It fits down very tight. Haven't had any problems with it. I love it. It keeps the front of the vehicle protected, so that has not been an issue. And as we go around, I'm going to point out some things that were an issue or may be an issue in the future. The tires, right now I have about 8,000 miles. As you can see, the tread is still pretty good. These tires are very comfortable. They ride nicely on the highway. They give great gas mileage. What they do not provide is a whole lot of traction in the snow and ice. Now I did okay, but maybe if you're in a colder part of the country where you get a lot of snow, you may want to change over to a little more aggressive tread. I'm not going to, because we don't always get snow here, so I'm pretty satisfied with the performance of what is on there. Yes, this is a 2-liter EcoBoost, and this is a 2-wheel drive. This is not an all-wheel drive model. Some of the people are going to say, when I say two-wheel drive, do you mean front? Well, it only comes two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. You cannot get it in a rear-wheel drive only. The next thing you will notice is the Gator FX tonneau cover. How has it performed? Very well. It was under $300. This is the one of the tri-fold nature, so it is very easy to put down and to take up. Just has a little arm under here that you just grab this. I don't know if you can see that in it. Just grab that, pull it, pop it under there like that. Same thing on this side. Just pop it up like that. And then you can just lift the whole thing up. It is a tri-fold. Then when you get everything completely up, there are some clips here, and you just basically put that in there like that, and just snap it tight. Boom. And you do that on both sides and it'll stay there in case you want to just ride with it open after you picked up something. As you can see, I do use my bed and I use it well. We had some soil and a pallet. We put a 10-foot boat, which is over here. I put that whole 10-foot boat and it fits in there very well. You can see that in other videos as well. I do have the power outlet in the back, as well as the LED light, spray-in bed liner, and the accessory tie hold down racks on both sides. So that is the exterior. Okay, now we're going to go under the hood and I'll show you what we've done under there, because we have recently added some things, and some of you guys saw it in the last video, but I'm going to go over everything so that you see it all at the same time. And of course, all of you who may be new to should know that when you pull your latch, you pull it twice. Pull it once. Mine sticks a little bit, and twice. I'm hoping that it'll open when I pull it up right now. And one of the things that I have noticed is that sometimes, because of the hood struts that I have under there, well, but not this time, it did it right. And that'll be the first thing that I tell you about. We have the red line hood struts. Of course, if you watch that video, you know, and most of us will agree, that maybe for the price of admission, we should get hood struts on our Maverick from the factory, but we don't. It is a simple bolt-on. You could probably do the project in about less than an hour, maybe 20 to 30 minutes if you're really good and read the directions before you do it. But like most of us, we probably read the directions after we can't figure out something. But they have performed well. As you can see, they push it right up. They hold it up out of the way. And further back, some of you all noticed in the last video, I already have the Steeda strut tower brace mounted in the back. And I can say, without hesitation or reservation, you can feel the difference as soon as you bolt that in. I do believe that those are probably on back order, so you may have to order ahead, but I will say it is one of those, for me, it's a must-have. I mean, it does a lot. It's not just one of those things that just looks good. As a matter of fact, if you didn't know it was under there and I told you, you probably wouldn't know at all. But when you get in it after you've installed that, you can immediately tell the difference in the rigidity and how it rides. It's more stable up front. Now, if you were in for the last video, you've already seen this is the EcoBoost engine cover. I'm still debating over whether I'm going to paint that the same. I said engine color in the video, and what I meant to say is painted body color. In other words, painted hot pepper red metallic. I don't know. I think it looks nice enough just leaving it black. I probably will just leave it that way. Down here is something that you will not be able to see, and that is that I've installed a K&N air filter. There was much debate over whether that's one of the things people want to do or not. I perhaps am a little biased because I've used those all along and I will continue to use them. So don't chime in and tell me what you think of them. We've already gone over that video before, and I'm going to leave my Canon filter right where it is. So that's everything under the hood. Now let's go inside and we'll look around and see what we can see in there. Well, we did order from Ford the door sill plates. Now, at the time when I purchased these, and this is what it looks like in the front, you're like, what is it? It's just this here, just that little Maverick piece there. In the back, there is something that's even less exciting than that, and that's this here. It's supposed to protect your door sill. That's one of those things that you'll say, I can do without that. And it was, in fact, what it is. You might want to wait till the aftermarket comes out with something that may look better and actually be better. I don't know. But I believe at the time we paid about $100 for those. And when it came in, I was like, this must be the tape to install it because there's nothing in this box. And I pull it out and these 4 pieces of flat, whatever it's made out of. It's probably made out of aluminum or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, I bought it because, you know, when you get something new, sometimes you want to accessorize, and sometimes you don't know what it is until you buy it. So I was going to put them on once I bought it because I bought it. So I'm going to turn the camera around. See, there is another video on. We replaced the stock door speakers with some JVCs. You can get a link in the description of that video if you watch some of the other earlier videos. I think that it brought the sound out quite a bit better. And of course, if you are new to the Maverick, I'm going to tell you this right now so that you can prepare yourself when you get yours. The speakers for the rear compartment is right up here beside the headrest for the person who is in the back seat. Now, why is that a problem? It's not if you're people who are in the back seat. As you can see on this side, both speakers are basically right beside your head. So if your buddy that's in is willing to jam out to your music and listen to what you want to hear and they want to hear at the same time, that's not a problem because, I mean, you know, yeah, I got the speaker right by my head, woo! But when you have your mom in there or your wife who does not like the same music that you do or even like the volume up as high as you do, it could be a little irritating. But you do have controls at the front, the way you can turn those speakers off or down however you want to adjust them. So that's all we did with the radio. Don't plan on doing anything else with that. I'm pretty satisfied with what I have. I do hook my phone up to it and it works very well. Also, looking on the inside, installed the WeatherTech mats. Now, I will say this, the WeatherTech mats, if you use your vehicle all, you keep them clean, they're just fine. They do what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to protect your carpet. So, I mean, it's going to catch everything and anything and everything before it gets to your carpet. And in that respect, it does very well. But you have to keep them clean like anything else. They're not a catch-all for everything. Last but certainly not least is the seat covers. I wanted something that was close to being a match to the colors of my particular model, which has the, you know, the gray and dark blue, navy blue accents and orange that's in my vehicle. I thought about going to leather and I changed my mind, so I just got these seat covers. They are the neoprene from Cover King, and they've worked very well. This one here, because I get in and out a lot, I do have a wrinkle here. I mean, you could nitpick and say, well, it should fit tighter than that. Well, I don't really care. I mean, I can get the wrinkle out of it if I so desire, but it's doing what it's supposed to do, and that's protect my seats. The other one, less wear because my wife sits in there, but she doesn't sit in there every day. So yeah, all of that works well. Didn't put any on the back because essentially both of my kids are grown, so I don't ride a lot of people back there, so it stays like brand new. Now, the very last is underneath the vehicle. So I'm going to climb down, give you a bird's eye view, and it is the MagnaFlow Street Performance exhaust. I do believe the price is going up. I think it's gone up from when I purchased it. I believe at the time it was around $700. It's not really loud. I'd say it's just loud enough if you live in a neighborhood that's, you know, around considerable amount of, you know, other houses, that when you start it up in the morning, you won't get cussed out by your neighbors. It provides quite a bit of different tone. It's more of a muffled performance type tone, but nothing obnoxious that you're gonna, you know, sound like you're from rice or heaven when you're revving it up. So I'm gonna get down and let you see what it looks like. And there's one thing that it came with that is really not necessary. Sure, what other vehicle this exhaust will fit, but if you look under here, you can see how it comes out, where it exits on the one side. And if you look way under there where the muffler is, you'll see a hanger. Now that hanger, there's no hanger for it. So I was thinking about getting under there with my Sawzall and just cutting that off, but it's really not hurting anything, so I'll probably just leave it. It's just, to me, looking at it from behind, it looks like, hey, he didn't finish installing all the hangers. Well, there's no hanger for that. When you put the MagnaFlow system under your vehicle, you will gain some performance based on the free-flowing ability of that system, and the fact that you remove one of the the resonator that is after the catalytic converter. Totally street legal, but yet way more free-flowing. I do have that exhaust still in my garage. It's tucked over behind some of my benches. I can't even see it, but you will gain some flow, and you'll also lose some weight because this only has the muffler and pipe, and they do away with that other resonator. The other one had a resonator and then a muffler at the back and then the tailpipe. So I will not be surprised that if we picked up some performance with that, along with the free-flowing air filter that we have up front. One thing that I didn't mention is the fact that we also up front have what is called a bypass valve. And what that essentially does, in your stock system, when you let off the gas on your turbo, there's a recirculation that happens with your turbo boost. It just recirculates it into exhaust. Doesn't do anything, it just doesn't make any noise. Now I have a bypass valve in mind. That was purchased from Steeda, and I kind of like the noise. Other people may not. And I'll let you hear what it sounds like, along with the exhaust. As you can hear, the exhaust is a little bit louder. Turn it around so you can. And if you listen, you can hear that bypass valve up front. Hear it? That's what it sounds like. And it just kind of makes a turbo performance kind of sound. Some people like it, some people don't. It depends on what you like. The other thing that I did not mention, and while we're sitting here in the truck, is I get comments on this almost every video when I'm riding somewhere. So I'm going to tell you what it is, and maybe by the time someone by the time someone watches this video, they won't comment. Now, I have the LED switchback light bulbs up front. They are very nice. They turn amber when it's on signal, back and forth, and then they're your daytime running lights as well. But when you put those LEDs in there, this is what you're going to hear. Now, some of you say, I don't hear anything. Well, in so many videos, I get people say, you have a problem with your turn signals because it's hyper flashing. Yes, it does flash quicker on the inside. It does not hurt anything. You do not have anything wrong. But what it will have is, and I'm going to show you, outside, absolutely nothing. It's not hyper flashing. It's not flashing fast. It's flashing at the normal speed. The only thing you hear inside is the flash signal indicator, which flashes a little bit faster. To me, it's annoying enough so you have no excuse. Signal on and everybody's wondering whether you're turning or not. So please don't comment. Somebody's going to do it anyway because they're going to want to try to irritate me. Please don't comment and say, is something wrong with your turn signals? Because there's really nothing wrong with them. It doesn't bother me, and that's all that counts. So that is the video for what we've done, why we did it. And I did leave out one other thing, and I'm going to turn around and show you that now. It is one of those things that most people are going to do because it makes sense and it makes everything much nicer. Now, hopefully, by the time you get the new Mavericks coming out, maybe it's an option, but knowing Ford like I do, probably not. Actually, two things that I forgot. One is these are reflective Maverick lettering, because when you get your Maverick, it's not going to have any lettering back there at all. This one at night, depending on what angle that you're looking at it at, it will be reflective. It'll be like you can't see it during the daytime, but it's a reflective Maverick lettering. And I also did, see how nice and easy that goes down? We put in one of these tailgate dampers. Really cost effective. I want to say I paid between, I can't remember right off the top of my head, but there is a video for that as well. Part of it is a pain in the behind, getting one of the bolts in here, but yeah, you can do it yourself. Or if you don't feel like messing with it, take it to the dealer and let them charge you $50 for something you could do yourself. But it does make a difference rather than having your bed just slam down like something that's cheap. So there you have it. Those are the mods that I have done. Also put in LED third brake light, things like that. And of course, you can't go anywhere without that CS92LX sticker on the back. Last, again I say last because I'm remembering things as we go around, I did tint the windows. Don't ask me what brand and shade it was. I did one step above that which is legal, and they said there's usually no problem with that. They haven't had any complaints, and I like it because a lot of times you can't really see into it unless you really look, but you can see out very well. So there you have it. That is a basic review of the mods that I have done. I would do every last one of them the same. I would not do anything different. The only thing I can tell you that may help you, this tonneau cover, when I first got it and sealed it on there, didn't have any leaks whatsoever, whether it was rain or whatever. Now, as this weather stripping gets a little more compressed in areas from being down there a long time, you'll occasionally get maybe a couple of drops in a corner or so, but I would still buy this same. Under $400, you can't beat it, and stuff stays really dry back there. I mean, it's very negligible amounts of water that get in there. So there you have it, the modifications that we've done to our 2022 Maverick XLT Hot Pepper Red Eco Boost 2-wheel drive Maverick. You all have a blessed day.